Hey guys, I'm your boy Nick with Pick'em MMA. Today we're back with another one. We're going to be taking a look ahead at the UFC pay-per-view 294. Please subscribe to the channel, guys, if you guys appreciate the content, appreciate the grind, daily uploads. Let's get it, guys. Let's get to the UFC 294 now. We have the champion, Islam Makhachev, looking to defend his belt for the second time in a rematch with Charles Oliveira, the former lightweight champion. This is gonna be a banger scrap, man. If I was betting on this fight, I would probably pick Charles Oliveira, but on a pick based alone, who I think is gonna win the fight, I think Islam Makhachev's style is perfect for Charles. I think he's gonna be able to get those takedowns, control him on the ground, and he's gonna be looking much more improved than last time. We saw Islam Makhachev go up against Volkanovski, and I think that's gonna really take him to the next level with his skills. I think Islam Makhachev is gonna probably finish him late this time. I expect Charles Oliveira to fight a little bit more like in a calm manner. I expect him not to rush anything this time. I think he's gonna come in with a better game plan. Try to extend the fight a little bit, not give up easy takedowns to Islam Makhachev. I think that's what's gonna happen. I expect this fight to go into like third or fourth round. I think Islam Makhachev by maybe fourth round submission maybe. It's not gonna be easy. This fight's not gonna be easy for Makhachev because Charles Oliveira still has it, man. This dude, like the way he sparked Benio Darius like last time, that was brutal. Like yeah, so Charles Oliveira is always dangerous, always live for a finish. But I believe in the Dagestani. I think he's gonna be defending the belt for quite a long time. So the pick is Islam Makhachev by TKO. Alright guys, next up we have in the middleweight bout we have Paulo Costa taking on Khamzat Chimaev. So Paulo Costa, man, what can you say? This dude, we know everyone loves him. Yeah, we all love him for the memes. We all love him for he goes out there, stands and bangs, but he's not been looking all that good lately. Even against Rockhold, he was not looking good in that fight. I mean, am I tripping? Rockhold had some good moments in that fight. I mean, he was supposed to go out there, get Rockhold out of there, but he wasn't able to stop Rockhold, who couldn't even go one round with the Mike Perry in bare knuckle kickboxing or boxing. I mean, but yeah, man, I expect Khamzat Chimaev's. I think he's gonna. This dude looks huge at 185. Have you guys seen him train? This dude looks absolutely like an absolute monster at 185. I think he's gonna probably knock Paulo Costa out. I think he wants to knock him out on the feet, and I think he can do it, man. We've seen Paulo Costa. He breaks when he can't get his striking going. He gets frustrated a lot. I think Khamzat Chimaev is gonna frustrate him, take him down over and over, drain his energy. I think Khamzat Chimaev, I'm going to say second round submission. I think Paulo Costa's going to break in this fight. But it would be nice if Paulo Costa pulls it off, but I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I think Khamzat Chimaev is coming here to stop Paulo Costa in the second round. Second round submission for Khamzat Chimaev. Alright, guys, next up, we have in the next bout, we have Nathaniel Wood taking on Muhammad Naimov. Do you guys remember Muhammad Naimov? He took Jamie Mullarkey on short notice, I think, up a weight class at 155, and he was absolutely getting controlled in the fight before he found a big right hand counter, I think it was, on Mullarkey, who doesn't seem to have a chin anymore. I mean, am I tripping or am I right on this? Mullarkey doesn't seem to have a chin anymore. This dude's getting dropped in every fight now. And Nathaniel Wood, let's talk about Nathaniel Wood. I mean, he's looking good, but he got dropped by Andre Fili too last time around. So I mean, is he gonna be able to stay safe? Is he gonna be able to control a guy like Muhammad Naimov, who's got the power to shut your lights out at 150 up a weight class? Like this is gonna be at his natural weight class at 145. So I expect him to have that power. I'm gonna go with I think Muhammad Naimov is gonna be a pretty big underdog here. I think he's a way more dangerous guy, and he's on like a win streak now too coming in. And he just stopped Mullarkey up a weight class, so I don't think he's gonna be worried about anything Nathaniel Wood has for him here. Nathaniel Wood could go out there, put the volume on him, put the pace on him, But it's not a good look that Nathaniel Wood got dropped last time around. So I don't know. Like, is Nathaniel Wood, is he gonna look improved than last time? He does leave a lot of openings, so I think Naimov can find an opening and maybe drop him here and there. But if this goes to the scorecards, I think Nathaniel Wood probably wins. But the only bet that I like in this fight is Mohammad Naimov finish only prop. I don't see Nathaniel Wood finishing Naimov. The only finish I see in this fight is from Naimov. Alright guys, next up we have once again at middleweight we have Nassourdine Imavov taking on Ikram Aliskerov. This is going to be a great matchup, man. This is a striker versus grappler matchup in every part of the way. Ikram Aliskerov fought Khamzat Chimaev before they made it to the UFC. He was defending every takedown from Khamzat Chimaev. Didn't even I don't think Chimaev even got like one takedown on him the whole time. But what happened was he was so worried about those takedowns that he left his chin open for a left hook, I think, and he got absolutely slept. And that's the only loss he has. That's the only loss he has on his record, Khamzat Chimaev. So no shame losing to Khamzat Chimaev, who's an absolute monster at 170 and 185. I think he's gonna be an absolute monster at 185. I expect Khamzat Chimaev to get that title shot next, and he's probably gonna be defending the belt for quite a long time. That's what I expect from Khamzat Chimaev. So Ikram Aliskerov is looking really good, man. 14-1, fighting legit guys. Now let's talk about Nassourdine Imavov, man. He's coming off a loss to Strickland. No shame losing to Strickland. Then he had a fight against Chris Curtis, which he was doing beautiful, man. I picked him to win there. I had him as one of my best bets there. He was fighting beautiful. I mean, but he made a mistake, I think. I poked Chris Curtis last time, and it turned into a no contest. But he looked really good, man. He looked much improved. He was defending some takedowns too, staying at range, lighting Chris Curtis up with those kicks, digging those deep kicks. But this is going to be a whole different matchup than Chris Curtis, man. Chris Curtis does not go for chain wrestling. I think Ikram Aliskerov's hands are going to open up when Imavov is expecting those takedowns. I expect Ikram Aliskerov to find a big shot on the feet, maybe drop him, get him down, get his back, and maybe find a submission. I'm going to go Ikram Aliskerov by second round submission. Not going to be easy to get Imavov down or control him, but I think if anyone can do it, I think Ikram Aliskerov can do it. He's got the experience. He's fought guys like Khamzat Chimaev and other Russian guys. Even his last fight against Phil Haas, that was a good win for him. He did take some body kicks in the first couple minutes, but he stayed safe. I mean, he wasn't like panicking or anything. He stayed composed, which I really like from him. He's really experienced, man. He's definitely like a top 10 middleweight in the UFC, in my opinion. I expect Ikram Aliskerov to get the job done. I think he's sitting at minus 120 right now. The lines for this fight is pick'em, and that makes sense why, because both of these guys are really good. But I expect Ikram Aliskerov's grappling, and his grappling is probably going to open up his boxing and striking on the feet. And Imavov is going to be expecting that takedown anytime, and I think Ikram Aliskerov can find that big shot on him like it did against Phil Haas. Phil Haas was expecting a takedown, I think. But it's not going to be as easy to land a big shot on Imavov as he did against Phil Haas. Phil Haas is a much lesser striker. Definitely has more power than Imavov, but Imavov is a way more technical, I think, in my opinion. I don't think anyone would disagree on that Imavov is the way more technical striker, and he's going to be the more technical striker here. But yeah, like I said earlier, I think Ikram Aliskerov's wrestling threat probably going to open up his hands, and he's going to be able to find some openings on the feet and set up his takedowns with those striking. I'm going to go Ikram Aliskerov by submission, second round. Alright guys, next up we have in the bantamweight bout, we have Nurmagomedov taking on Muin Gafurov. And this is going to be a great matchup, man. Muin Gafurov, he's a good grappler. He can go for he's a good striker too. He does go for spinning back fist, spinning kicks, a lot of different variety of weapons on the feet. But last fight, man, he took on Sexy Mexi John Castaneda, and he was supposed to fight. I think he was supposed to fight in France. He was supposed to take on Gomes, I think it was, right? I remember he was supposed to take on Gomes. I think. Let me check to make sure. Yeah, he was supposed to fight in that France card, I think it was, and then he pulled out of the fight for some reason. I want to check what happened with that Muin Gafurov. It was cancelled for some reason. Yeah, he was supposed to fight Taylor Lapilus, not Gomes. I mean, he was supposed to fight Taylor Lapilus. Taylor Lapilus ended up fighting that Kogan, undefeated 7-0 guy or 8-0 guy, and good win for Taylor Lapilus there. But yeah, he was supposed to take on Muin Gafurov there. That bout was cancelled apparently because Gafurov withdrew from that fight. I don't know what the reason was behind it, but that's what it was. So he's going to be taking on Nurmagomedov, man. Nurmagomedov is a really good striker, has good grappling too. Now he's mixing in, locking in submissions right away when he hurts his opponents. I like what I see from Nurmagomedov. He got a really good win against guillotine submission over Side Yokub Kakramanov, who's a really underrated fighter, who's outside the UFC right now, but definitely deserves to be in the UFC in my opinion. He's coming off a loss to Jonathan Martinez by unanimous decision, but that fight was very close, man. I think that should have gone to Nurmagomedov in my opinion, but Martinez was able to I think land a little bit more output. I think it was. That's what it came down to at the end of the fight. But yeah, man, I think Nurmagomedov has the better UFC experience. He's fought the way much tougher competition in the UFC. Had 8 fights in the UFC already, 6-2, 4 wins by finish, 2 wins by decision. Never been finished, never been submitted, never been knocked out. And Gafurov has been submitted, right? I mean, he's never been submitted either. I mean, wow, this is gonna be a great bantamweight scrap. But I'm going to go with Nurmagomedov. I like his skills. I like the variety of strikes that he throws on the feet. He's going to be very hard to predict for Muin Gafurov. And we saw Muin Gafurov does get tired, doesn't have the best cardio, and doesn't have the most technical striking. Muin Gafurov throws a lot of wild hooks, throws a lot of looping hooks. I think Nurmagomedov is going to find that straight shots on him and land those kicks, hurt him. I'm going to say Nurmagomedov by submission. Alright guys, next up we have in the lightweight bout we have Muhammad Yahya taking on Trevor Peak. I mean, this is a great matchup, right? Can we find this dude's picture? Like, Trevor Peak, where's Trevor Peak? Come on, is this fight off? Like, am I tripping? This fight's not even on anymore. Yeah, this fight's cancelled, man. Holy shit. What happened to this? Yeah, this fight's not on anymore. I feel like, is it? Yo, it is. Okay, there it is. Muhammad Yahya taking on Trevor Peak, everyone's favorite fighter, Trevor Peak. So Trevor Peak, man, we know he's a really good, not a technical striker. He's a wild guy. He's an absolute junkyard dog. He has that dog in him 100%. Yahya making his UFC debut right now. I think the UFC trying to get a Trevor Peak a win here. This dude's coming off some wins over UAE Warrior. We had a guy on the Dana White Contender Series yesterday, Soldadkin, who competed. I think Soldadkin competed in the UAE Warriors too. But yeah, man, I like Trevor Peak here. I think he's going to get the job done. I think this is a showcase fight for him. This dude's taking some L's in the UAE by some other guys. He's got some good wins, but doesn't have any wins that we can really... That's going to tell me that he's going to beat a guy like Trevor Peak, who's got that heavy pressure, has that cardio to keep going. He's going to be on top of you. I think he's going to be on top of him with that pressure. Trevor Peak by knockout in the second round. Alright guys, next up in the lightweight bout we have Mike Breeden making his return after that KO loss to Terence McKinney. We have Anshul Jubli, the first ever Indian lightweight fighter, I think, in the UFC. I don't really need to get into this, man. We know Mike Breeden. I don't think he's UFC level, man. I really don't. I mean, You go out there to fight Terrence McKinney, and you know Terrence McKinney doesn't have cardio more than 5 minutes, and you just go out there and eat like a couple of shots, like 2-3. I think he ate like 10-20 shots or something like that, 15 shots I think it was, from Terrence McKinney, who doesn't have the cardio to go past the first round, and you just give up, man. Come on, Mike Breeden, what are you freaking doing in the UFC? Anshul Jubli, I think, is gonna win. I don't know how he's gonna win, but I'm gonna go with Anshul Jubli here. Mike Breeden should be on his way out of the UFC here. Alright guys, next up we have in the middleweight bout we have Magomedov taking on Bruno Silva. There's no pictures on the official website. We're gonna look at this one. So a lot of people are really hyped about this prospect, man. This Russian guy, 11-0 undefeated. Excuse me, fought legit guys too. I like this guy, man. He's got legit striking, very dangerous. 10 of his wins are by knockout. Most of them are in the first round too. He carries his power late too, man. This dude is an absolute monster. And I think what's his name? Bruno Silva. I think he's gonna give him exactly what he wants. I think we know Bruno Silva loves to stand and bang. Doesn't have the best cardio, Bruno Silva, but he definitely has heavy hands. A lot of knockout wins for him in the UFC. 20 wins by knockout overall. So this dude is definitely dangerous. 4 of his wins in the UFC are by knockout, and over good competition too, man. Brad Torres knocked him out. He knocked out Brad Torres, in the first round. Knocked out Jordan Wright. Not really a win that you can really rate all that much. Knocked out Andrew Sanchez. Knocked out Wellington Turman. I don't know, Wellington Turman isn't that good. But yeah, he's fought a good level of competition. Obviously, Bruno Silva has fought the better level of competition, but every time he's losing, man, he just got submitted by Brandon Allen. No shame losing to Brandon Allen. He's a top contender for sure. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with the newcomer here. I think Bruno Silva is gonna be looking for the big shot, and he's gonna get cracked before that. I think Magomedov. I'm gonna say first round knockout. Alright guys, next up in the women's strawweight bout we have Victoria Dudakova taking on Jinh Frey. Jinh Frey, well, she's almost like 37 years old now, I guess. Victoria Dudakova, she took on Estela Nunes, but Estela Nunes had a quick injury in that she dislocated her elbow. So we didn't really find out anything about Victoria Dudakova. What we do know is she's a grappler. She's a really good grappler. Not really the best striker, but she can hang on the striking. She's going to go for the takedown right away. She went against Estela Nunes. She went for the takedown right away. Estela Nunes was defending the takedown, but she dislocated her elbow along the way. So we don't know how good this girl really is. But against Jinh Frey, she should be able to win, man. Jinh Frey is on like a 3-5 losing streak right now. Split decision loss to Vanessa Demopoulos. Knockout loss to Pauliana Viena, who's a submission jiu-jitsu nerd herself. Unanimous decision loss to Elise Reed. Elise Reed just got absolutely sparked by what's her name? I can't remember that Mexican fighter's name. But yeah, man, good. I think Victoria Dudakova can take her down and beat her up. But Jinh Frey is dangerous in the first round, so you guys don't count her out. But Victoria Dudakova should be able to get it done. I think this fight goes long. I don't think she's going to get her out of there. But yeah, I don't know, man. Is she going to get her out of there? I don't think so. I'm going to say Victoria Dudakova. Maybe a late submission. I'm going to say Victoria Dudakova out-grapples her, out-controls her, and gets a 30-27. Alright guys, next up we have in the middleweight bout we had Abu Azaitar taking on Cedricus Dumas. Abu Azaitar coming off isn't he coming off a loss? A couple of losses, or am I tripping? Where's this dude? It's so hard to find. These fights are all out of order on Tapology. Is this fight still on? Yeah, I don't even know if this fight is still on anymore. Yeah, I don't think this fight is on. We have David Boss right now. Yeah, this fight is not on anymore, I think, guys. let's talk about the light heavyweight bout. We have Magomed Ankalaev taking on Johnny Walker. I think Magomed Ankalaev is gonna be the way more well-rounded fighter. He's definitely gonna have the grappling edge in this fight. But Johnny Walker, man, he's on like a 3-fight win streak right now, looking really, really good. Who do I think is gonna win this fight? I want to look at their topology. I want to see like who Johnny Walker fought last time. He fought Anthony Smith, right? He fought Anthony Smith, I think. Yeah, he's coming off 3 wins in a row. A submission win over Ian Kutlaba, and another win, KO win over Paul Craig. Paul Craig KO win is really good. Decision win over Anthony Smith. He beat the piss out of Anthony Smith in that fight, dominated him, pretty much dropped him early too, I think. Magomedov coming off a draw against Jan Blachowicz. Before that, he was like undefeated. I think he's only lost to Paul Craig, I think, by a crazy submission in like the last minute of the fight. It was like the last second. He got a crazy submission over. Paul Craig submitted him in like the last second of the fight, which was absolutely crazy. Yeah, I remember watching that fight. That fight was absolutely insane. But yeah, man, this dude is really, really good. He's only been submitted once by Paul Craig, so no shame there. Only has 1 loss in the UFC. I like him here. I think Johnny Walker, he's shown good takedown defense to Anthony Smith, but Anthony Smith is not in his prime anymore. I think Magomed Ankalaev has just as good technical striking as Johnny Walker, probably even better. Magomed probably has more, probably gonna have the more speed, I think, in this fight. He's gonna be able to go for takedowns. He's got the more better skill set, I think, in MMA. I think he's gonna have the cardio advantage too if this fight goes long. He's gonna have the better output too, I think. Both of these guys have knockout power, but I think Magomed Ankalaev can go for submissions too, but he hasn't really gone for submissions in the UFC. They both land about a 3.85 significant strikes per minute. Grappling definitely goes to Magomed Ankalaev. I think he's gonna have success taking Johnny Walker down, mixing in those takedowns. I'm gonna say Magomed Ankalaev gets it done on the scorecards. Ankalaev 29-28 maybe, or 30-27. I'm gonna say 30-27. Alright guys, next up we have the flyweight bout between Tim Elliott taking on Muhammad Makhachev. Muhammad Makhachev is undefeated, 10-0 prospect, really good, looking better and better every fight. He is coming off an injury now. His leg popped off, I think, when he was fighting a Fiallo or Feely, I think Fiallo, the flyweight Fiallo. Let me find this fight, guys, quickly. Sorry. Where is this fight on? Is this fight still on? Like, what is going on with? Yeah, there it is in the main card. So Tim Elliott, we know he likes going for he's a grappler. Not really a technical striker himself. Can hang on the feet. He's got a good chin, good durability. He's coming off 2 wins in a row. A win over Tagir Ulanbekov. That was probably the dirtiest fight I've ever seen in my life. He was grabbing the gloves, poking his eyes. Like, has to be the dirtiest fight in the UFC you will ever see in your life. Tim Elliott is a veteran, UFC veteran. He knows how to win these fights. He's coming off a win over Victor Altamirano. Victor Altamirano was landing a lot of shots on the feet. I don't really need to get into this. Everyone's picking Muhammad Makhachev here, and it makes sense why. He's gonna be the more dangerous grappler. Definitely the better striker here. He's got more power too. Is he gonna submit a guy like Tim Elliott? Tim Elliott has been submitted before, right? He's been submitted before. Yeah, he's been submitted 5 times. This is a showcase fight for Muhammad Makhachev for sure. Not gonna be an easy fight because Tim Elliott, he's fought good level of competition, fought ranked guys. Makhachev should get it done, man. I'm gonna say Makhachev by second on submission. Alright guys, I think there's one more fight that's added to this card, right? Javid Basrad. Yeah, Javid Basrad taking on Victor Henry, guys. Javid Basra, we know these Basra brothers are the real deal. They have really good skill set all around. We just saw Farid Basra come in against Chris Rodriguez and submit him in the first round. So these guys are definitely working on their game every day, making improvements every day. He's coming off a really good win over Mateus Mendoza, who's fighting on the next UFC Fight Night card against I think he's fighting who's he fighting? I think he's fighting Mendoza's fighting Nate Manus, I think, right? Yeah, he's fighting Nate Manus. I like him here, man. I like Javid Boss right here. Victor Henry is a good striker, man. He can get taken down. If I think Javid Basra is probably gonna be the more technical striker here. He trains at Extreme Couture, very good gym to train out of. I always pick guys that train at Extreme Couture because they had a really good coach over there, Eric Nixick, one of the best coaches there ever. Yeah, the pick here is definitely Javid Basra. I think he gets it done by maybe he can. I mean, he hasn't really finished anyone in the UFC yet, but yeah, Victor Henry is a tough dude to finish, man. Never been finished. I'm gonna say Javid Basra 30-27, guys. I think 30-27. All right, guys, those are the picks for this card. I'm gonna talk about this fight too, just in case they put it on this card. So Azaitar taking on Sardicus Dumas. Sardicus Dumas is a grappler. Can strike for sure. He's well mixing some knees also. Azaitar, man, what can we say about this? The potato guy. He just got knocked out by I think just got knocked out by Prado too, like a couple of weeks ago. Then before that he got knocked out by Matt Ferrola, Steamroller. Yeah, this dude has heavy hands, man. He loves standing and banging in the pocket. Is Sardicus Dumas gonna be able to take him down? I don't think so, man. I think this is a good stylistic matchup for Azaitar, the Potato Man. I'm gonna say Potato Man gets it done by knockout. Alright, guys, those are the early picks for UFC 294. Let me know how you feel about the picks. Let me know who you're picking, which fighters you think are gonna win on this card. I would love to hear back from you guys. Like the video, guys. Come on, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get more interviews with fighters on this channel. I will be uploading more interviews with the upcoming fighters that have fights coming up. So please subscribe, guys. It really helps out. It really helps with getting people to do interviews when you have a good amount of subscribers and a good amount of views on the channel. I think we're gonna be able to bring on more UFC fighters for interviews before their fights once we hit over 500 subscribers. I want to thank each one of you guys that subscribe, and we just hit 250 subscribers, man. That is unreal. I'm grateful to each one of you guys, man, that hit the subscribe button, that leave a comment below every video. I see you guys, man. I appreciate each one of you guys. We hit on our bet on the Dana White Contender Series, which was Danny Barlow. That's the only. I liked Angel Pacheco too at plus 180, but he put up a really good fight, man. I'm really happy Angel Pacheco was able to get that contract. Danny Silva got the contract too, so I'm really happy about that. Oliveira with the first round knockout, like we said. Let's freaking go, boys. So yeah, man, Danny Barlow got I thought he was gonna get a submission, maybe club and sub, but he got a first round knockout, man. This dude is legit, you know. I can't believe he was the underdog by the time the fight got going on. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end this here. This is too long. I'm gonna be making an in-depth breakdown video. Please like the video, guys, as always. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate each one of you guys. Thank you so much once again. I'm gonna end this here. Take care of yourself, guys. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.